Careful. Hold it with
What's up, guys? How's it going, Layton? Who all we got in here tonight for my first live? Yeah, bring me talking about red tonight. What's up, Buck? Let's see if I can figure out how to do this. I know there's a... Okay, let's copy that. And we'll post it here. I want to put myself on timeout. Is that pinned to the top? How's it going, Tony? Well, if y'all seen my video from yesterday, you seen that I got red going. I actually drove it around the neighborhood. And it's got a bad vacuum leak for some reason. What's going on, Junkyard D? Frankenstein 20? JB? See if I can keep up with everybody. But, you know, I've been working 12 hours a day, 7 days a week, so trying to get as much time on the truck as I possibly can. I had to go and get some vacuum caps and some vacuum lines today. And with the live coming up, I wasn't able to work on the truck today. But I'm welding but listening. All right. And late in here soon, I'm gonna get the cage and go ahead and have you welded in. I don't know if you saw Dr. Art's cage video, but I'm gonna do a cage just like he did, just inside the cab. Hopefully, crossing fingers, that'll pass tech. After I get it done, I'll take it up to by Hellia and have them tech it and see if that'll work. I'm Travis, I'm not listening. But anyway, yeah. There's a few things I'm still going over with the truck. For the vacuum, I'm still thinking that brake booster is bad on the truck. So I think that's where my vacuum leak's coming from. So I got some big caps so I can cap that off and kind of isolate the engine, make sure I don't have anything there, and then I'll start adding stuff to it and see if I can figure out where the vacuum leak's coming from. But it's close. It's so close I can taste it. But I'm definitely going to need to do some suspension work because quarter throttle, it breaks the back tires loose and it about ready to rattle your teeth out. What's going on, Turbo Tom? So it's got some bad wheel hop to it right now. It didn't feel like it was swaying or anything. It was going straight. So I might have to get some Caltrax for it or build a pinion snubber for it. So what's everybody else doing? I posted a link. I don't know if it's stuck to the top or not. No. I gotta figure out how to do that. Maybe get that pinned to the top. But I plan on doing this every Monday night, at least through June. Taking over for Dr. Art on Monday nights. These first ones will probably be just about an hour. Then we can get into it, unless we get into really good conversation. I'll throw that link up if anybody wants to jump in. Uh, if anybody can tell me, oh, there's Leighton.
What up?
Leighton. Do you know how to get that
Pin to the top.
Yeah, pin to the top?
You open up YouTube, and you have to pin it through YouTube.
Oh, okay. So I gotta. See, once I figure this out, it'll be easy, right?
Oh yeah.
There we go. There. Now it's pinned to the top.
My hair's all messed up.
Look like Homer Simpson.
Yeah.
So is the 440 in the car yet? I see the car back there.
No, the car's about to get pushed on the concrete when I get done with this trailer. Then I'm pulling the oil pan off. Probably tonight or tomorrow night. I'm gonna look in it and see what all I need. I was at Dyersburg yesterday talking to some buddies of mine, and I was like, man, if you need parts, we got parts lying around. I was like, all right, whatever. A big block said he might have some gaskets for me.
Oh, that'd be cool.
He got a gasket kit. He said, it says it's in it's an old stock stuff from a dealership.
Mm-hmm.
He said he's gonna look at it, and see if it's gonna work or not.
Oh, okay.
Hopefully it does. I'll buy it from him, and yeah, Buck, what hair? That'll save me some money there, buying it from him.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah, I'm ready to get started on it. I'm starting on a Mustang probably next week. The LS turbo car for my cousin, so I'll be doing redoing the hot side and the cold side. So I'm gonna go up to Paragould and redo it.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, we can get a cage in. We'll get it welded up.
Yeah. Did you see his video? The way he did his cage?
I want to say I did.
The hoop. Yeah, it's just the hoop and the bar in the middle, and then two runners down to the floorboard.
I want to say I seen it, or I might have been on live talking to him, or watching his live or something.
Yeah.
My YouTube's been slacking here lately.
Mine has too. I've been just barely posting because I've been so stinking busy.
Yeah, it's been cold and raining every day, so I just sit in the house.
Yeah.
Too cold to be outside.
Later on this week, it's supposed to be warm and rainy, so.
Yeah. I can be out in the shop if it's warm and raining. I can't be out in the shop if it's cold. I ain't got no heat.
Yeah. Oh, if it's raining, I'm indoors unless it's something I have to do.
But I'm hoping here soon I'll have me a pipe bender. Wife's got surgery next month, and she's going on a cruise, which cruise is paid for. She's got to get there.
When's she going on the cruise?
May and July. She got two of them.
My wife's got one. She's going on in June with her cousins.
Yeah, she earned these at work, so all they got to do is go to Nashville and fly somewhere, or then go to Miami or whatever it is. I can't remember.
I think they're going out of. Where y'all going out of?
Florida somewhere.
Oh, okay. So they're going to Miami also.
Yeah, I think that's where my wife's going in July. I can't remember where all they're going, but I know it's Miami.
Yeah. So have you gotten any more parts for the Aspen?
I don't think so. I ain't really messed with it yet. We just been
Trying to get things out of the way so you can get
yeah,
it
just
going.
trying to get stuff put up where we got the crews and stuff done ready for, and
Mm-hmm.
getting her tonsils taken out.
Sounds like the kids are dying. It's great having kids when you're trying to do live. I like mine all in the basement, so.
We don't have a basement. Don't lie, you locked them outside with nothing but the garden hose to drink out of.
Well, that would be when we were kids.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. No, I was going to do the live from the carport, but it's still a little too chilly. Hey, there's Twisted Mopar Garage. How's it going tonight? We're just trying to do the first of a series of live for probably the next 6 weeks. See if y'all like it. Well, that would make you criminally insane if you had 6 children. I got 3 and I'm nearly insane. So, but yeah, what? So Leighton, is everything okay?
Oh yeah, he just fell off the slide. He's good.
Oh, yeah.
Nothing major.
Kids bounce. It's all right.
Oh yeah, he's tough.
A few years ago, my daughter broke her arm. The doctor told us it's really hard for a kid to break their arm like that because their bones are still elastic.
That should be enough room for a big block, shouldn't it?
They put big blocks in them all the time.
Yeah, this one's kind of cut out a lot.
Oh, wow. It's begging for a big block.
Yeah, my phone's blurry because of my screen protector, but the story is it had a 400 in it, the last engine that was in it. Don't know if that's true or not, but I asked the guy that last owned it, and he said there was a 400 in it that he pulled out. He bought the car for the motor and sold the car.
Yeah, well, a 400 is the same deck height as a small block.
Yeah.
You know, it's 9.73, and a small block's 9.52, I think.
Yeah.
Deck height. I mean, there's not much of a difference at all. But a big block's 10.7. So you're probably gonna have to get actually, does that have the small brake booster on it? Or has it got the original?
It looks all original to me.
Yeah, that's an original. That's not a double diaphragm. Start looking for a 78, 79 Chrysler Cordoba brake booster.
I'm sure I can scrounge one up.
They're hard to find right now. Rebuild.
But I'll just go aftermarket with it. It don't matter.
Yeah, they're only like 9 inches. so they fit really well. That's what I had to do with mine because my valve covers are so tall. Because I got the roller rockers on the 408, so and it wouldn't fit with the factory brake booster.
Yeah, I'm wanting to build some fender well headers for this thing.
Oh, that'd be cool.
I want to paint. I want to get the. I want to do it old school. Paint the headers white.
Oh, okay.
Not that it does anything. I just like the look of it.
Look, I'm probably gonna guess it's got an 8 1/4 in it, unless somebody put an 8 3/4 in it.
It's got 8 1/4.
Yeah.
I can't see the comments here. Hold on. Needs oil on hinges.
I think I'm doing pretty good for a first live. I got nine people in here.
Okay, usually my lives are when everyone else is asleep. It's 1 o'clock in the morning, and it's usually Rich and Rich DT 350R and a few other people.
Well, Rabbit Transit decided to stop in and say hi. What's going on?
Yep, I'm gonna start get this thing with concrete probably this week and start looking through it. I've got OCD about wiring, and all these cut wires up here driving me insane.
Well, I mean, you need what? Well, if you put an MSD box in it, you need 3 wires for it, alternator wire, and headlights, turn signal. Don't need very many circuits to run a car.
No, it's gonna be very minimalistic when I get done with it.
I mean, if you don't want heat and stuff like that in it, you don't have to have a whole lot of wiring.
I gotta have heat. I'm a fat boy. It gets cold easy. I don't care about AC. I got that 270 on the AC, 2 windows down, 70 mile an hour.
That's something I'm trying to figure out because the truck's got it's all cable driven, controls. So I'm trying to figure out how to get all that to work with just switches in the dash. What I might end up doing is I might go get a later heater valve that's vacuum and get a vacuum switch and just use a vacuum switch for it. Because, I mean, the truck's not going to have AC, but I do want it to have heat. I plan on driving it in the wintertime.
You get like a actuator of some sort.
Yeah. Well, the 90 through 93 trucks had a vacuum actuated heater valve. And that's how you shut off the heater. When you flipped it, the vacuum fell off of it and it closed the valve. So when it had vacuum, the valve was open. When it didn't have it, it was closed. So I'm probably going to put one of those on it.
Brakes are definitely going to be something to look at. I'm looking at on this car because it's. I went to Dyersburg yesterday and I got there a little late, but my buddy lost his brakes and he went skimming across the water at the end of the field, or end of the track in the field.
Oops. Well, the nice thing, if you're not going to switch your rear ends, the 8 1/4 is the same brake bolt pattern as the 8 3/4 and the 60.
Yeah, so, once I find 8 3/4, it'll get one. But for now, my goal right now is just to get it running and driving for no name.
Yeah. Well, but what I'm saying is, if you want to go with disc brakes in the rear, you can buy one of the kits for the 8 3/4 or the 60, and they'll fit.
Tell them, do not come outside. What do they do?
Go outside. Actually, ended up not being too bad out here today.
Yeah, it's a little chilly right here. It's getting chilly right now, but it's been nice today.
Yeah, I mean, it got up like, I think 52, 53 today around here.
Which I was gone all morning, so I was sitting in the truck all morning, running in town, doing this, doing that. I'm like, man, get this on a rainy day.
Trust me, at 6:30 this morning, it was cold.
Oh, I didn't go to bed till like 3 o'clock this morning, so
You
I
were
slept.
sleeping late, huh?
I was sleeping till about 8.
My alarm goes off at 4:30 in the morning.
My alarm's about 2 foot tall, 2 years
Oh,
old.
got one of those.
When he gets up, I'm up.
My oldest daughter, she'd get out of her bed and come in there in the middle of the night, and she wouldn't try and wake me up. She'd just sit there and stare at me. Wake up, and I just see something standing there staring at me. She's trying to show off for the camera.
Yes. Wow.
I want to know what Daddy's doing.
Yeah, little man, he wants cocoa melon. He wants his video. Johnny know what time it is. Oh yeah, it's almost her bedtime.
About 7:30.
Yeah, they go to bed at 8 o'clock. I make them lay down. I don't care if you go to sleep or not, but you're in the bed at 8.
Yeah. Mine have got old enough to where they go to bed about 10.
Now, my oldest, he'll act like he's asleep, and I walk in there, he's watching Call of Duty on his phone on YouTube. Or watching Farming Simulator.
Yeah. There's no electronics in the bedroom once they go to bed. So.
Which I let him stay up a little bit later because he's older.
Yeah.
After,
Now, how old are your kids?
8, 6, 4, and 2.
Could you not figure out what was causing that shit?
Oh, I did.
You've had 3 in 3 years. You ain't got nowhere to go.
I can't have no more, so I'm good.
Well, yeah. Yeah, we had to shut that down because we had 3 in 3 years. Like, we got to stop this.
Yeah.
We'll have a basketball team before we know it.
Yeah, it was getting. We had it scheduled to go get him snipped, and I said, "Well, I'm glad we're doing it now." She said, "Why?" I said, "Because it's been about 2 years."
About time.
At Christmas is usually around Christmas. Thanksgiving is usually when we tell everyone. So Christmas comes around, they're just like, "No, baby." It's like, "Nope, no more."
The factory's been shut down.
My jacket is cold out here.
Jeez. Got some people that either started young or old as dirt. 'Cause I started kind of late. See, I was,
I started early.
34 when Mia was born.
I think my mom was like 38 or 39 when I was born. I was not planned at all. Me and my sister are 18 years apart.
Wow.
What, boy?
Oh, hey, Eric. I didn't see you sneak in here. Eric comments on almost every single video that I post. He's one of my most loyal followers. And
Yeah, I gotta catch up on watching everyone's stuff.
Can you see
Junkyard
that?
D. This car is pretty solid. As far as I've seen, I've been under it looking around, but the pans look fine in it from what I've seen. I'd probably know more about it when I put it on stands and get up underneath it with a flashlight.
Just remember, the Copperhead was supposed to be a rust-free car.
Yeah.
What's going on,
And
Smoking Wrench?
if it does have some rust spots in it, it won't for long.
Hey, Jason snuck up in here too. What's up, Jason?
Well, Travis, I'm gonna jump off here and go wrangle up these kids over here.
All right. Well, it's good talking to you, man.
But
I'm looking forward to it. I'm waiting for the videos of you tearing down the 440.
yep. Trying to decide tonight or tomorrow night. Tomorrow night's gonna be warmer. It's gonna rain, but it's gonna be like 8 degrees warmer, I think, tomorrow night. So I might wait till tomorrow night. We'll see. Because I still need to finish up this trailer. I got to put the inside piece on the fender.
Okay.
But I'll be in the comments, hanging out.
All right.
Listening.
We'll see you later, Leighton.
See ya.
Eric, no, I don't have any merch. I really need to get going on the merch thing. I might do that starting this summer. Might get some t-shirts or something made. And probably some hats. And we'll just have to see. I gotta get some more stickers made too. I got some stickers I gotta send out to people. And you get some merch. I want to talk to John about putting a no-name logo on it. I don't know if he'd be good with that or not. But I think if I do that, I think I just have to give them away. I don't think he wants that on anything that's sold. So. Tony, you talking about the merch? Yeah, I gotta figure out something. Well, let's just not do that. Let's just not. I have my own feelings about the man. He does good work. I've only talked to him twice. Doesn't seem like a bad person, but his views are a little different than mine. Let's put it that way. So Tony, you do shirts and hats. We'll definitely have to do something. My email address is on my page. So email me. We can get together and talk on the phone so we can figure out something. I'm not sure exactly what I want to do on the design, if I do the design. But yeah, that merch is like everybody does merch, so I probably do need to do some merch. Be like everybody else and follow the crowd. Yeah, Eric. I might do that. Oh, okay, yeah. I probably do. Eric, the money thing really on YouTube, the money thing is not really a big thing for me. I'm doing this because I want to show people what I'm doing. I whenever No Name Nationals first came around, I was like, okay, yeah, I can do one of these how-to channels and stuff. And I realized that I am not good at teaching people how to do stuff. I can show them how to do something, but I can't tell you how to do something. I mean, I can't even explain how I do my job at work, but I just do it. My channel is more now. It's more of I guess, a vlog. This is what I'm doing. I'm building my truck. And Tony, there's somebody else that's wants some merch. It all depends on prices and stuff, but anyway. Well, thank you, Eric. But like I said, I want everybody to come to my channel and be like, oh, okay, you got this done today and you got this done today. That's pretty cool. I wouldn't suggest following exactly what I do, because I do stuff that may or may not be considered the right way to do it. I do it the way I know how to do it, and the way I've learned from many years of doing things and doing things wrong and figuring out, well, I did that wrong, so I have to do it a different way. But yeah, if anybody could think of some kind of merch they'd want to get, well, thank you, Eric. If y'all want T-shirts or hats or whatever, I think that's probably where I'd stop. I might do a banner or two. That might be kind of good. What is this? Keep doing what you do. Exactly. Well, it'll be summertime. Maybe I can do a run of like T-shirts and hats, and then maybe do some hoodies for the winter. Around September or something. That'd probably be really good. Do some hoodies close to No Name, then I can bring them to No Name. That's a good idea, Eric. But I do need a lot of help with design, so if anybody wants to help with design, I'm more than happy to look at your design. Yeah, I mean that's pretty much, well, really, when I first started YouTube way back when, 9-10 years ago, whatever it was, it was really, I was just uploading videos of racing and stuff like that. And because back then, for me at least, it was easier to upload to YouTube than it was to upload to Facebook. Because the way my internet and my computer was set up, if I tried to upload something to YouTube, it would take me 4 or 5 hours to do, like a 5-minute video to YouTube or to Facebook. And so I was like, well, I'll get a YouTube channel and I could let it upload and have that on a different screen and then still mess around on Facebook. Wow. Yeah, those things are stupid. Any of those sewing machines and stuff. My buddy Bruce, his ex-wife, I guess I can call her that now, his ex-wife. She spent like $25,000 on a sewing machine. I was like, does it make its own fabric? Oh, trust me, man. I work so much right now. It's hard for me to catch up on videos. My best thing that I do is I click on the subscribe and try and watch like maybe 4 people's videos. If you haven't seen Andy's video, his latest one he put out, I think it was yesterday, where he interviews Bobby Martin. That was an excellent video. That was. Cool. I mean, the thing is if you're going to spend that, Tony, if you're going to spend that kind of money on a sewing machine, it better be making you money. That's all I can say. It's like buying a dually pickup. If you're going to buy a dually pickup, it's got to make you money, because there's no sense in buying something that expensive, because a dually pickup, what are you looking at, $70,000-$80,000? You got to make some money back on that. Well, Tim, saying that, the video of the first drive of Old Red, that thing's got like 2,800 views in like a day. I guess like John says, I titled it right, and I had the right description in it, and I had the right tags and everything like that, and it hit just right, and it took off like a rocket. Well, actually, it kind of took off, and then after 13 hours, it shot to the moon. No, Eric, that's what I was saying at the beginning of the video, or the beginning of the live. I went and bought some vacuum hose and some vacuum plugs, and maybe tomorrow, if I don't have anything to do when I get home from work, I'm gonna just isolate the engine, get it started, and see where my vacuum's at. And then I'm gonna start adding different parts of the vacuum system, like the scoop and other things, and figure out what's pulling the vacuum down, because I had 5 inches of vacuum when I started yesterday. And I know I should have, that cam runs about 13 inches of vacuum all the time. So there's something, I get a hole somewhere and I got to plug it. What's going on, Robert? Thanks for joining the live. I think we hit 19 tonight. I appreciate that. And I wish I could take credit for it. I really wish I could. But the guy that initially built the truck, he's the one that did the hood scoop. And that's actually a hood scoop from a 69 GTX that he hit. Yeah, GTX hood. It was awfully rusty, but the air grabber was still good on it. So he took the parts out and put it together, and makes it look right. I may not do video of that, but I do have a video coming out tomorrow about the rear shackles y'all might want to watch. So that'll be coming out tomorrow about 6:30, so be looking for it. And I think the link's still posted up top. If anybody else wants to come in and talk about their build or anything else, or just shoot shit, come on in. The link's up top. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I don't know why they're so ridiculously expensive. But I mean, everything's ridiculous expensive. No, it's a Magnum cam, so it's roller cam, and it's got roller rockers on it. It's 230, 238, 242 duration at 50, 589 lift on intake and exhaust, and it's 110 lobe separation. So I mean, it kind of freaked me out whenever, because I had the motor built, because when I built the motor the first time, I sent it off to the machine shop here in Memphis and put the motor together. I asked them whenever I picked it up, I said, "Is it ready to put together?" They said, "Oh yeah, it's been cleaned. It's ready to go. Go home, put it on your stand, and throw it together." So that's what I did. Um, First started up, oil pressure was around 30. It never really got above 30. And I was like, well, all right. I mean, it was my first time doing a, performance build. So I was like, all right, I've rebuilt other engines. They had about 30, 40 PSI. So it's good. So I went and drove it about 100 miles. I lost all the oil pressure. Oil pressure just fell off. I was on the freeway. So I was able to get off the freeway and get parked. But by that time, it was knocking. I get home, I get it towed home. I pull the motor, have a couple buddy of mine come over, and we start tearing down the motor. And sure enough, spun the number 1 and number 2 bearing on the rods. And the rods were cooked. I mean, they were blued. So anyway, I put it back together, and the guy I bought my heads from, Brian at IMM Engines out in California, I called him up and said, "Hey, I built this engine. It went to shit after about 100 miles, so I'm going to send it to you and tell me what's wrong with it. Tell me what I did wrong, because obviously I did something wrong in the build." So I sent it out to him, and he called me a week or so later, and he's like, "Well," he says, "the only thing I can see with building it that you did wrong is you used way too much silicone. The silicone everywhere." He said, "But that wasn't the problem. There's metal shavings everywhere in the block." He said, "Who did your machining?" And I told him. He's like, "Well, they didn't clean your block, and your 10 thousandths out front corner to front corner on your deck, and there's a 30 thousandths taper in the bores." So the bottom of the board was 30 thousandths larger than the top of the board. Don't ask me how they did that one. So, and then when they line honed it, that wasn't straight either. So pretty much the block was junk. So he told me, he says, "Well," he says, "I can sell you another motor or another block for less than what we can do to fix this block." I said, "Well, okay." So he built the 408, and we're talking, I told him what I was going to do with it. And he says, "All right." I said, "Well, what cam are you putting in?" And he told me that. I'm like, "Wait a minute, wait. You're going to put a 600 lift cam in my motor?" He's like, "Oh, yeah, it'd be fine." I was like, I wouldn't even thought to put a 600 lift cam in there. That's ridiculous. And now, yeah, like you're saying, Robert, because the engine had 65 PSI. Yeah, when I fire the truck up that thing jumps to 70 when it's cold, and it'll cool off to about 60 when it's idling, 50, 60 when it's idling. So, I mean, I got a hella good oil pressure. But, I mean, I spent a pretty penny getting that motor built. But I beat on that motor and beat on that motor, and it just keeps coming back for more. And I will tell anybody if they want a motor built, talk to Brian. He can build you a motor. He can build it any way you want it. I'm talking to him now about maybe building me a slant 6 for maybe next year. But also, what I might be doing is I'm thinking about going ahead, and people are probably going to rag me for this, but I'm really thinking about going with a Holley EFI on the truck, just because I'm going to be driving it. You know, I want to be able to start it whenever and not have a headache of the carburetor. I'm not really going to be racing the truck much. I think I'm over the drag racing and stuff. I'm still going to race every once in a while, but it's not my goal anymore. That was my goal when I had the Aspen, was gotta drag race, and I don't know if it's because I'm getting older or because I've done it, but I'm just not. I don't know. That's just not my goal anymore. Well, if we're talking about the new Hemis on the idling issue, I don't know if that's 100% true, because my Jeep is a 2014, so it's an Eagle 5.7, and it's got right at 100,000 miles on it, and it does not have the Hemi tick. The Jeep does not have the Hemi tick, so I don't know what everybody, why everybody talks about the Hemi tick. My Challenger had right at 100,000 miles on it when I got rid of it. It didn't have a Hemi tick. So I'm not sure what does the tick and what doesn't do the tick. And I know that the older 5.7s, like, what is it, 2009 and below, have the valve dropping issue. But I have yet to meet anybody that actually had one drop a valve. I've heard stories, but I've never met anybody that had a Hemi that dropped a valve. So I know it's happened. I've seen videos of it, but I've never met anybody. So I don't know how prevalent these things are. Well, the thing is with LS is they're cheap, and like a buddy of mine, he'd go get an LS, a 5.3, put his turbo on it, his intake, put the exact same tune in it, go out about 3 weekends, blow the bottom out of it, then go buy another 5.3 and do the same thing. So, I mean, you have that a lot with the LS guys, because they're throwaway engines to them. They'll just go get another one out of the junkyard. And I don't want to have a car like that. I mean, I want to be able to go I don't really want to say beat on it, but be hard on an engine and have it bring me home. And I have a story about oil changes. This happened when I was a kid. My friend Diamond's mom had I want to say it was like a 79 Pontiac wagon. Hold on a second.
Just letting you know I'm about to run the garbage disposal. Or
who?
Can you?
Please wait.
Huh?
Please wait.
Okay. Yeah.
No, what's his name?
But anyway,
Oh, okay.
and she had it. I mean, me and him became friends when I was like 13, 14. And this is when she was, well, we were 17, 18 years old. And she had the car way before then, but she had never changed the oil in it. Never. And that car ran like a champ. So she was going to take a trip to California. So Diamond called me up and said, hey, you want to come over here and help me change the oil in this car? I was like, all right. So dogs are killing each other. So anyway, go over there and we pull the dips or the drain plug. It looks like molasses coming out of this car. What we ended up doing, I know, because I called my old man and asked him about cleaning an engine. He said, we'll use transmission fluid. It'll get all the crud out of it. So we went to the store and got about 5 quarts of transmission fluid, drained out what we could, and then poured transmission fluid in it. And ran the car for about 3 or 4 minutes with transmission fluid in it. And dumped that out. And then did again. And it was just globbing out of there. Well, we went through this like 3 or 4 times. Finally, it was coming out where it was looking red, from the transmission fluid. So we let it all drain out, put fresh oil in it, put a new filter on it. And she drove that car for another 4 years before it finally died on her. I couldn't imagine what the inside of that engine looked like. Because I bet there was probably 50, 60,000 miles at least of no oil changes. I don't know how many miles are on my car. But yeah, that taught me a lesson about changing your oil. And I'm big on that, on changing oil. I'll make sure I change that oil right when they say to do it or a little before. And I've heard you can use diesel fuel to clean out an engine too. Diesel fuel is a little more flammable than transmission fluid, but all depends. So, but yeah, make sure you change your oil. It's cheap. Motors are not. After I get the truck running, I know it's probably I don't know. I'd say more like hours on it. But once I get it where it's driving and I feel comfortable with it, I'll go ahead and drain the oil and put new oil in it. Well, with some of the synthetics, they say you can go 10,000, but on my 15 Ram, I was driving it back and forth. I was driving 142 miles a day, and I changed my oil with Royal Purple, 10,000 miles. Never had an issue out of the truck. It was a V6, the Pentastar. The question of the day: how much horsepower on that 408? Okay, when it was built with a dual plane intake and a 750 vacuum secondary carburetor, it made 510 horsepower and 490 foot-pounds of torque. Since I've had it, I've put that 850-ish Dominant carburetor on it and different headers and stuff, and doing the numbers with what the Aspen weighed and what I was running, it's putting about 500 at the wheels, so it's probably 550, 560 at the crank. So it would move. Oh, Andy's here. Andy, I'll say it again. That last video you made was awesome. Thank you for coming to my live. I feel like I've made it. Andy showed up to my live. I can go home now. Thank you, guys. I have to make another live again. Andy's here. But anyway, I'm glad everybody showed up. It's right at about an hour. Before I decide to jump off here, does anybody want to jump in and talk for a minute? Links at the top. And since I decided to do these lives, I went ahead and bought the premium on the StreamYard, so I get more than 2 hours of stream time. Y'all want to hear more stories or ask more questions, go for it. I got a million of them. I've had a million cars. I got to redo my book. I got a book that has all my cars in it. And last I went through it, it was at 49, I think, 48, 49 cars. Had since I was 19 years old. So I'm going back there. Andy, I wish I had time off work right now. I'd jump in a Jeep and come on down there with you. I would. I got to get down there to that place. That's badass. Yeah. I mean, it's pretty easy to do. 1 horsepower to 1 cubic inch is a basic build. 1.2, 1.3, that's when you're getting into ported heads and good camshaft and stuff like that. So yeah, I'm kind of toying with the idea. I got that 318 out in the backyard covered up, and I'm kind of toying with the idea of building a 318 or 390 turbo motor, putting it on a go-kart. That would be awesome. No, but putting it in something. Of course, it'll be a truck. I'm done with cars. I just want trucks. What do you say? On plumbing, transmission, cooler. Oh, okay. I seen plumbing. I hate plumbing. What, with the go-kart? That would be awesome. Just get like a straight axle, some frame rails, a rear end, a seat, and then you have the motor and transmission, and just a roll bar around it. So, you know, I mean, it weigh like what? 1,500 pounds? Twin turbo 390 on it. Because we don't need to live forever, do we? We just don't. What would be the fun in that? Well, see, now I've talked to a few people, and you know, when you do a 390 stroker on a 318, it's over square. It's opposite of the hot rod. It makes more. It makes more torque. It's more suited for towing and stuff. I was actually thinking about just building a 390 with an RV cam in it for my 92 4-wheel drive. You know, so I get all the torque I could ever want out of it. That would be kind of cool. I kind of got burnt on the D50 with Mighty Mouse. It did have the 302 in it, and I got so frustrated it had to go. So I don't know if I'll do another. D50 or not, but whatever. Well, if it wasn't dangerous, it wouldn't be fun. Kind of like riding a motorcycle. If it's not dangerous, it wouldn't be fun. That's why we all drag race, because it's dangerous. That makes it fun. Look, guys, I need to wind down my night because 4:30 comes pretty early. So thanks, everybody, for showing up. Remember, this is going to be a weekly thing for me. I appreciate it. Thanks, everybody, for showing up. And we'll catch you next week. And I did that wrong. I left the stream and left it running. So now I'm going to end the broadcast. All right. I'll catch you guys later.